Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel United, we have Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman teaming up to take on Dr. Doom. So down at the table, have everything already set up. We have our locations set up, and because of space concerns, Brooklyn Bridge connects around through Latveria. For Dr. Doom, his special setup is Latveria must be the villain's starting location. Don't place a threat card in Latveria. Replace all starting thugs in it with Doombots. Doombots are treated as thugs for all game effects. And health, he's going to have 5 health since I'm playing two-handed here. Special rules, as long as there are any Doombots in Doom's location, he can't be damaged. Once per turn, a hero can forfeit 1 action to discard one of their crisis tokens. Heroes cannot affect the master plan deck in any way. BAM ability is deal a damage to each hero in Doom's location, plus 1 damage to each hero in locations with any Doombots. Then increase the Doom track by 2. And if this gets to 20, we lose. Overflow, if we need to add some tokens, increase the Doom track by 1 for each token you couldn't add. So we've got that set up as 5 health. Our threats going around the table. Over at the mounts, we have self-destruct protocol. When a Doombot is defeated in this or adjacent locations, each hero in its location takes 1 damage. Then we have additional armor. Each Doombot in this and adjacent locations requires 2 damage to be defeated. And additional armor again, self-destruct protocol, same as that one. Then auto-assembly, when adding Doombots in this and adjacent locations, add 1 extra Doombot there. So that is our setup. So we take his cards and give them a shuffle. And both our heroes have a starting hand card. So we'll take that out, shuffle, we'll get this plus 2 more. So he'll be starting with Mr. Fantastic 2 Heroics, the teamwork. Perform actions of the same type as all action tokens on the Fantastic 4 card, then add a move token from the pool to the Fantastic 4 card. And his starter, Plasticity, as long as this card is face up in the storyline during your hero turn, you can use one of your heroic or attack actions in an adjacent location. And then for her, the starting hand card is Invisibility. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, when the top card of the master plan deck is revealed, may choose not to take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. If you do so, next turn you must play your card face down. And there we have our next cards. And off to the side, we have our Fantastic 4 cards. So some of their cards are going to put tokens on here to help the team out. So we're going to start the game off with Dr. Doom going. And he's going to move 3 and make some nastiness. He's going to come say hello. 1, 2, 3. We're getting civilians to each side of us and Doombots on top of us. And Mr. Fantastic will go first. And we're going to have him start with 2 heroics. And try to get this thing taken care of. Then over here, I'm going to go with a move and a heroic. And we'll start with 1 heroic here. Then we're going to move over here and drop 2 more. Or actually, no, we're not. We're going to save 2 civilians. And not move. End of turn, draw a card. If your hero has ever been a member of the Fantastic 4, you may gain move heroic or attack token. We're going to take a fight token. Then Mr. Fantastic will go. Super Genius. We're going to go ahead and play that. This turn you can treat all symbols as wild, so he's got 4 wilds. He's going to move over and use 3 right here. End of turn, you may place a heroic token from the pool in this location. This token acts as a permanent extra slot. And then we're back to Dr. Doom's turn. I'm just going to stack things over because of space. He's going to move 5 spaces and do a BAM ability. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bamming. Dealing a damage to him. We're going to discard our heroic. Then she's going to take a damage because she's in with Doombots. Going to toss our invisibility. Fell into a trap. Increase the Doom track by the number of crisis tokens the heroes have. Then one hero takes a crisis. So we don't have any crisis out. But now we'll give one to him. Then we'll drop a Doombot in that location. Then on to Invisible Woman's turn. Oh, that was a BAM. Forgot that. Move that up 2. We're going to play the double wilds. We're going to use 1 as a movement. We're going to punch a thug. And a wild and heroic to deal with that. Then Mr. Fantastic. We'll start with teamwork. Perform actions the same type as all action tokens on the Fantastic Four card. And add a movement token from the pool to the Fantastic Four card. And we can use that before or after any of our actions. We're going to move over here. We'll go ahead and do that. There's no tokens there, so we're adding a movement. Then use the 2 wilds to put 2 there. Then back to her turn. Got a wild. We're going to play the Sonic Force Fields, gaining 2 wild tokens, giving us a wild ability. So we get 2 there. Use the wild to take care of this. Then we're going to go ahead and move down here. All right. Back to his turn. Moving 2 and bamming. So 1, 2, let's see. Doombots, everywhere else is good, so no one's taking damage. Just moving that up 2. Each hero chooses to either discard all their action tokens, if they have any, or take a crisis. Well, we're definitely not losing our actions. Everyone's getting a crisis token then. Then he's going to make a Doombot. When adding this in adjacent locations, add an extra one there, which is going to move this up. And we get thugs. All right, his turn. Oh, those are the wrong markers. Oh, forgot. We got 3 of those done. Don't think I want to get one of those done until we have something else closer to being finished. I'm going to have Mr. Fantastic go. As long as this card is face up in the storyline during your hero turn, you can use one of your heroic or wild actions in an adjacent location. Or heroic and attack. We've got 2 wilds though, so we can make one of those. We're going to do a punch to an adjacent location. And of course, when a Doombot is defeated in this or an adjacent location, each hero in its location takes a damage. We're not in its location. Then we're going to punch a thug. And for her turn, instead of punching a thug, we're going to use that action to get rid of a crisis token. Then over here, drawing into a movement, I'm going to play a movement and a punch. We're going to use the movement to get rid of a crisis, punch a thug, and then the wild will be to punch another thug. Then back to Mr. Fantastic. got his wild. And we'll go ahead and play that wild. We're going to punch adjacent from our ability. We're going to use the move to get rid of a crisis, and the wild to punch another thug. And then it's back to Dr. Doom. And he's going to move 4 and bam. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam ability, let's see, is not going to hurt anybody. It's going to move this up 2. Increase the Doom track by the number of crisis tokens the heroes have. Then the hero takes a crisis. Good thing I got rid of those, so it doesn't move up at all. And we'll give Stretch a crisis. Then we'll put one on the heroic. And put one there. Can't place the other, so that goes up to 8. Then on to her turn. Dub heroic. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're just going to use the wild in that. We'll finish this off. Which is going to clear this. So now the villain acts after every 2 cards. And we may add a civilian to any location, then rescue one from this location. We'll add a civvy over here and save this one. Then he gets to go. Play the movement and a punch. We're going to punch adjacent. Take out a Doombot. Use the move to get rid of the crisis. Heroic to finish this off. And another heroic for that. All right, Doom goes now. Move 1 and bam. Bam's not going to hurt anyone. That goes to 10. Now, robots are the most sophisticated. Turn all civilians in Doom's location into Doombots, which is going to be 1. Oh, I did forget. End of his turn, each hero in this location must discard all cards in their hand and draw the same amount of cards. This does not KO. So we're going to discard 2 and draw 2. So that finished Doom's turn. So on to her. She's going to come in with a punch. And then she's going to move up and punch twice. And move up to 2 civilians or thugs in any combination from this location to another. Then he gets to go, double wilds. He's going to play Teamwork, perform actions of the same type as all action tokens on the Fantastic Four card, then add a wild token from the pool to that card. So we'll use that first. So we're going to move. Add a wild. We're going to punch adjacent. And it's going to clear this off, so now we can damage the villain. Except he still has Doombots in there, so we'll punch again. And in return, we can add another spot for characters, or thugs, or civilians. Then on to Doom. Moving 3. 1, 2, 3. Back to Latveria. 2 Doombots in there. And civilians adjacent. So she is nowhere near to getting to him over there. Teamwork. She's just going to play a movement. Use the wild to beat up a Doombot. In the turn to get a attack. Man, 3 Doombots in there. All right, drawing up. I'm going to have him place 2 wilds and hope that will help her out next turn. All right, we're going to save a civilian there. Then move over and punch adjacent into a Doombot. End of turn. Discard 2, draw 2. Dr. Doom's going to go. 2 and a bam. You rule the day. You ever heard of the name Victor Von Doom? A hero takes a crisis token. So 1, 2, bam abilities, not going to do any damage. That's going to move up to 12. We'll give him a crisis. Just that so I get this right. We get 1 civilian there. And 2 over here. Invisible Girl, or woman, is going to do some teamwork, which gives us a move. We're going to do these actions. We have a move and a wild. The wild is going to be to punch. Use these. Oh, yes. And after that, we add a movement. Got 2 wilds here to deal 2 more damage. And we have 2 more attacks and 2 more wilds to deal more than 2 more damage. So that was a pretty good team up there between Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. So I think it was key to take care of all the threats to make sure none of those really affected us, doing 2 damage to something or getting multiple spawns. And it was nice with him having the reach ability to attack at least once adjacent. And building her up with some tokens definitely helped. And keeping the crisis in check was nice. So that's a quick playthrough using the Fantastic Four, using Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, still have the Thing, Human Torch, and Silver Surfer, and also had Super Skrull as an enemy. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.